What did last start feel like for you, and how much were you kind of working to get to that point?
Yeah, it felt good. I think it was a step in the right direction. There's still some pitches in there that I wish I could have taken back, but overall, I was more focused on execution. I think that was critical for me. But just overall, after going through some rough spots, it was really good just to get back out there, and hopefully, I can just build on that this weekend and throw another good one out there for us.
I know Coach mentioned a couple of mechanical things you're working on in your pen. What was some of the things that you tweaked up?
Yeah, a lot of it for me was just like direction, with kind of my stride and just giving myself time, giving my arm to get up on time, and allowing myself to just to be in the right space in order to throw strikes.
What does it mean for you for the amount of kind of patience Schlossnagle and Coach Yeski have had? Because I know he's continually through the season said that you're throwing good pins, you're right there. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's huge. I think it makes me feel like I picked the right spot. Definitely, that was one thing that we talked about over the summer when I was in the portal. It was just about like I'll be a big part of this team, and that just kind of proves that and it's nice to be able to know that they're in it for the development factor of the game of baseball and not just the results. The results are nice, but it's about getting me to my next journey or my next destination, and the trust with them is just amazing.
And the mental side of it too. You talked about maybe trying to be a little too much of a perfectionist at times. What was it like when you were kind of going through that tough spell, and how have you been able to kind of flip the mentality, flip the mental game?
Yeah, for me, it was just about knowing that if I threw the ball where I wanted to, that the opponent wasn't going to hit the ball hard, and just really attacking the glove. That was one thing with Brian Kane. I would sit down, have weekly meetings with him, and I was like, doesn't feel super mental. That was one thing that I could hang my head on. I was like, I know that I'm a competitive guy, and I know that I feel like I'm in the right headspace when I'm out there. It feels like something else, and I feel like that it kind of proved itself on Saturday that it was that way. But there was still a mental part to it as well, that I just went out there and attacked. I didn't really care what the result was. I was more focused on just executing the pitch.
Troy, obviously, Arkansas coming up, getting swept, and you look around the SEC and some wild, not wild, but some results you may not expect happen.
Yeah.
So when you go into a series against a team, I know it's not about always who you're playing, how you guys play, but
Yeah.
what kind of Arkansas team do you think you're going to face since they, it's got swept?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely going to be hungry. And one cool thing for me is that I know a lot of the guys at Arkansas, so I'm going to be playing a lot of my friends. I'm just excited to get the opportunity. This is one thing, if you would have told me a year ago that I would have been pitching on a weekend against Arkansas, I'd be like, there's no way. But that's a reality now, and I'm just excited. Like you said, it's about how we play, not really so much how they play, and just playing our game is big for us.
Who are some of your friends at Arkansas, and what's the connection there?
A lot of them I played summer ball with. Tavian Josenberger, Kendall Diggs, Ben Bybee, Sean Fitzpatrick. There's a lot of guys that are from Kansas City area, and then just travel ball teammates.
There been any text messages back and forth this week?
Not yet, but there might be after the weekend's done.
What do you think is holding back his pitching staff, or helping get that starting pitching rotation going?
I think a lot of it's just confidence. That's one thing that we talk about a lot, is that nothing's going to change unless you kind of put your foot down and make it change. I think that's a huge thing for us, is just knowing that we're good, because in the fall, I think the last half of the fall, it was strikeout mania, and this is one of the best offenses in the SEC. And I think being able to capture that and realize that we're really good, and just hang our hat on being strike throwers and stuff like that, I think is what is the next step for us.
I know a big tenet of Brian, at least it was 10 years ago, Brian's Kane's thing is green light thoughts, and don't get in there until you have the green light thoughts. Is it harder to get there with the pitch clock? Because I know in the past you could take a step back, you could find a focus point, take a breath. Have you found that is difficult at all?
It is a little bit, but there's always ways to get around it. I think that's one thing that we really worked on. You can see it from a pitching and hitter standpoint that there's not a lot of pitch clock violations either direction for us, and that was something we really worked on, was our routine. We've simplified it all, and yeah, I think it's easy for us to get into green lights. I think our yellow and red light releases are shorter, but they're just as effective.
Are the boots new?
They're They're kind of are. They were a Christmas present. I knew that being in Texas that I had to kind of get a little Texan, so I got new boots.
What brand are they?
They're Tacovas.
All right,
Yeah.
comfy.
Anything else, guys?
We're good.
Good?
Thank you guys.
Thanks, Troy.
Thank you, Troy.